What's up, YouTube? It's Rico here, CEO of SourceFind Asia, co-host of the Made in China podcast, host of the SourceFind Asia YouTube channel. Back with another one, and today we're going to be talking about fake versus real electronics.
Welcome to New Jersey Transit.
I'm a traveling man, keep it moving, gotta do what I can. Yeah, I'm just going through it, but I do it again. I'm up early in the morning, I'll be crawling out the door. I'm trying to get where I've been going. And the city passed by like it did last time. I'm working while I'm working, I'll be up all night. Can we talk later? It's been a long day and now I'm getting frustrated, trying to get a little paper. I ain't built for the way that I've been living. I hit the ceiling, got a feeling that we headed for $1 million, but damn, I miss the days when we were chilling. Not a worry in the world, we were living off a feeling. Now I'm waiting at the station, trying to change my situation with the one-way ticket and a different conversation all aboard.
Please watch the gap between the trains.
Yeah, so fake versus real electronics in China, generally, obviously China is very well known for imitation products. That is changing. There's more laws around fake products being exported from China, but the markets in China, if you're just buying them for personal use and in a local use, they're still just as prevalent as they were a long time ago, and they're actually becoming better at imitating the technology in the products. The way it works typically is you have factory workers that are working for Apple or whatever in the Apple factory, and they are studying how these products are made. They're seeing how it's being made. And I mean, the components are components that can be sourced for the most part anywhere. How they're put together is a little bit of a different process because of the technology and the machinery. But they could still go to their cousin's factory, for example, and say, hey, these are the new Beats by Dre headphones. This is how they're being made. They might even steal some schematics, and then they're gonna make something as close as possible to the actual product. And that's just basically how it works, is people who are working for the actual factory then take that information and then sell it or partner up with somebody else who has a similar factory that's making headphones, and then they make their own version of it. The most popular electronics market in China is the Shenzhen Huaqiangbei. Huaqiangbei is just massive, extensive. You can find anything from real Apple products, refurbished MacBooks, all the way down to fake headphones and stuff like that, microphones, or any sort of technology that you can think, drones, whatever you can imagine. Guangzhou also has its own electronics market. They have a couple. One is by Ganding Station. That one is they're more based on computers and like headphones and video games and things like that. You're not gonna find as much variety. You're also gonna find more original products at Ganding. So recently I went to the Guangzhou electronics market, and I was making another video. We're doing a video comparing Shenzhen and Guangzhou. That's going to be a different video altogether. But I ended up buying a pair of fake Beats by Dre headphones. These are the Solo 3 headphones. And you know what, like in the process of buying them, my process typically when I'm buying any product, electronics, whatever, in the markets is I will do a quick walk around the market. Some of these markets are 3-4 stories, like multiple floors, multiple buildings. So you just want to do a quick sweep, look at the different stores and see which stores have a more focus on the kind of products that you want. So when I was looking around, I saw this particular shop had a lot of different headphones, not just Beats headphones, but Bose and any, most of the popular brands. And then the second thing is, once I've done that sweep and I've identified a few stores that I like to talk to the salespeople and see how honest they are. So one of the first questions I usually ask is, are these real? And one thing I know for sure is that it's very unlikely that they're only going to be selling real products, right? So if they tell me that all of the products are real, then I'm like, okay, that's probably not the truth, so I'm not going to deal with you. And then the correct answer that I usually get will be like, well, we have the real ones, we also have the fake ones. And then I ask to see the difference between the real ones and the fake ones. So if they pass that, then I want to get a quotation on price, and then I typically go to like at least 5 to 6 different stores, different booths, and ask them the exact same set of questions. The reason why I do that is, one, I want to see how honest they are. I want to see if they're telling the truth, like I said. And then the other thing is, there's hundreds of stores selling the exact same product. So it's like, you can get lost in the markets. Like, there's no point of going to 200 different stores and asking them those questions. Try to get a sample size get at market rate. So if one store says this is going to be $100, another store says it's going to be 80, another one's going to say 120, another one's 200, then you know like roughly the price that you should be paying is between, you know, 100 to like $130 or something like that. So like that's what I typically do when I go to the market. So this particular lady, there's actually footage of me in the process of buying the headphones. And I interviewed her as well, so stick around for that. I asked her, you know, to show me the difference between the fake ones and the real ones. And quite honestly, I couldn't tell the difference in terms of sound quality. And I'm not an audio expert, but I have been listening to music my whole life, and I have real Beats X headphones. And yeah, I really couldn't tell the difference between the two. But the price was, I think it was about $220, $250 for the real ones. And the fake ones were $40. And it was less than $40, like $30 US. So I bought the fake ones. Some things to look out for though is, for example, I've been using these now for about 2 months. They still work perfectly fine. The only thing is, you know, you can tell that the materials used to actually assemble the product are cheap, and the paint is cheap because I have a zoom in here, but it's beginning to get scratched, right? Like, so you can tell that that's a cheaper material. And then also the, you know, the little, what do you call this, the mufflers that they use here for your ears got dirty within like a week. It wasn't even like I'd used them that much. So those are the key things you're gonna notice when it's like a real thing versus a fake thing. The other difference is that the charging station, the charging cable is different. This is a micro USB, whereas the Beats uses the actual Apple jack. And then when you turn them on, it has the it has the Chinese accented lady. It's basically a Chinese lady trying to do like a British accent. And it's like, oh, the Beats are on or whatever, and the Bluetooth is connected. It just sounds weird. But beyond, if you can look past those things, like it's a very, very good product. Like, I'm very happy that I bought it. The other part is the real ones last about 6 to 7 hours per charge. These last about 4 hours per charge, and they also take longer to charge. So those are the main differences I've noticed. Another thing you want to make sure is when you're buying fake headphones from suppliers, ask them if they give any sort of warranty. So that, for me, I wasn't even planning on buying headphones that day, but the fact that she gives a 1-year warranty and the price was about $30, and I'd been thinking about buying these kind of headphones, it's like, it's a no-brainer. It's $30, 1-year warranty. If anything goes wrong, I can go back to the same store. She's either gonna fix them or replace them. So that does happen. You can get a 1-year warranty on fake headphones in China. I do have the real Beats X. These ones are real. I bought them in China, but they were bought from an official Apple dealer. And the good thing about this, obviously, is that, you know, I have a warranty with Apple. So actually, I had to replace these recently. So I took them to Apple Store and they got fixed. I have the fake version of these as well, which are blue, but those ones are way more obvious. Like, it's from even just I've owned Beats X headphones for over a year. And just from a design perspective, from a material perspective, like the way it fits on my neck, like these are so nice and they're so smooth and they're very comfortable. The silicone that's used is like a very high quality of silicone. They don't get dirty very easily. Like I said, I had before they got fixed, I had them for a year and they still look pretty much brand new. But the fake ones are very rigid. Like, the quality of the silicone is like, you could just tell that it's not a high grade silicone. And then the actual quality of the sound and the way they fit in your ears is very different. So with the fake ones, I bought them as an experiment, but I don't really use them. They're more like backup headphones in case something happens. But same thing, these last 8 hours. The fake ones last 4 hours per battery. So those are the main things to look out for when you're buying fake electronics versus real electronics. There are certain products that I would say you should never buy the fake version of. One of them is a MacBook. Like, that's not a smart move. Fake iPhones, not a smart move. But what you can find if you go to the electronics market in Huaqiang Bay is you can find refurbished real products. So you can find a refurbished iPhone, for example, refurbished MacBooks for a very reasonable price. One of my ex-employees had bought a MacBook Air. I think it was about 6 months or 8 months old. So it would have still been retailing for around $600-700. She bought the refurbished version in Huachang Bay for like $150. I don't know necessarily how much of the parts of the internal parts were real versus fake, but I can tell you that it functioned just as well as any other MacBook that I'd ever come across. There are definitely bargain buys that you can get at the markets, but again, you have to do your research. Make sure that you're getting a warranty. Don't negotiate too much. Try to talk to multiple sellers, and you should be fine. So if you like this kind of content, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will check you guys out next week.
Now how many?
Just one thing to try. To be honest, I can't really tell the difference between the two. But for some reason, I want to buy the more expensive one. So we'll see. Can you ask her, is it her factory that makes them, or does she buy from?
啊，这个你有工厂吗？
有那个图是吧？
啊，那你哪里买？
哦，你有工厂的，有工厂的。
那个工厂在哪？
工厂在上头。
啊。
超上的。对，超上。
It's her factory?
No, she told me it's the city. She cannot tell me the
She can't tell you. No, she doesn't have to tell me the name of the factory. I just want to know, is she buying?
Yeah, she told me a factory from Shantou.
Okay. How does she keep the quality good?
那你怎么知道质量好不好？
因为我们有保修1年嘛，
啊
但是万一没有人拿给我保修，所以呢，这个质量很好。
So you can give me a one year guarantee?
Yeah, all the 1 year guarantee.
Ask her, does she sell to a lot of foreigners? Like fake beats and stuff like that?
你有很多外国客人吗？是
Which countries?
%多少？
大概30%吧。
啊，30是哪个国家？就30%
30%?
of the customers are foreigners.
Foreigners, like which countries?
那些俄罗斯啊，
Russia,
还有
Russia,
马来西亚，
America, Malaysia.
马来西亚。
Does she have any advice for foreigners who want to buy electronics at the markets? Does she have any advice how to?
这个是对你来说，外国人来这里买这些东西，你有什么推荐？
有没有推荐啊？推荐又便宜的，然后质量又好。
Yeah, like have to find something cheap and with good quality.
It's very difficult to find.
Yeah.
So she recommends if you want to get something cheap, good quality, make
有
sure
一些
that
外国人他买的时候他是要送礼，
啊
就相当于我去他国家，我也会买一点首饰，就是买一点便宜的。
Yeah, she said most of the times they come to buy as a gift.
as a gift, yeah.
So for this, she will recommend like higher price, not too cheap.
Well, tell her thank you. You know, the reason why I bought from her today is because I think she was very honest and
like.
yeah, she's like a good salesperson.
OK， 好，他想感谢你，因为他觉得你的服务很好。
差不多吧。
Welcome to New Jersey Transit.
I'm a traveling man. I keep it moving, gotta do what I can. Yeah, I'm just going through it, but I do it again. I'm up early in the morning, I'll be crawling out the door. I'm trying to get where I've been going. And the city passed by like it did last time. I'm working while I'm working, I'll be up all night.